Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show you the defense that I've been running throughout with the Titans playbook. 3-3-5 penny defense is one of the defense I'll be jumping into, but I'll be jumping out of that, going into just a basic nickel defense and also going into double Agap defenses. This is a guy that I should have basically ran away with the game. But for some particular reason, this guy just kept hanging around, and when I was able to go ahead and shut him out, I actually got in a situation where the game actually went into overtime. So you're going to see how this plays out. But this is a game that really should have been, shouldn't have this. I played down to my competition. So usually when I set up my defense, I just do base align and I do option conservative. I want to make sure I take away any kind of running quarterback type situation. And I'll be running basically this defense, which is essentially going to be the penny defense, which is a Cub defense. One of the new defenses that I'm actually going to be using right now is a Sam Mike 3 press, and the reason why is that you basically have got yourself kind of a box set up on this side of the field, but then also if you user this side, you'll also have kind of a box on the other side too, but you still got 5 rushers, so this gets actually pretty good rushing, guys falling down in the zones, and I have the option to go ahead and put these guys into flat positions and stuff like that, so it gives me a little bit more flexibility, and I've already got my one guy that's actually going to be in a blitzing formation. So he comes out of a trace set, and typically what I like to do with trace sets is I'll take this edge defender, put him into a flat, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this guy into a deep third, and what I'll do is I'm going to use this guy over the middle and try to watch anything that kind of carries over the middle of the field. This guy was very unorthodox with his offense. He wasn't necessarily using any kind of specific offense. He was just kind of picking plays. He did quick snap a lot. And he actually took a long time to make reads. Like you'll see I'll get a bunch of coverage sacks just because he didn't know exactly where to go with the ball. Right here I got sucked up into the play action. I tried to shoot the gap. So now I fall back to my man, sit right here, and I'm just waiting for him to throw over the top of it. I do have some defenders that are actually in the area right there, so I kind of carry a little bit with the anticipation he's going to throw. This is all locked up. I pull myself out of position, and he actually drops it down to the underneath route and picks up a first down. So good play for him, good patience when I jumped to cover 4 and basically rush 3. So now he's in a tight set. Historically, when I run against tight sets, I like to run basically cover 3 version of this, and you can see he's got basically a couple different routes that are actually carrying over, and he's got this little route, he's got this clear out route. So these guys are locked up, and I'm supposed to carry with the defender. I pulled myself off. You can see I actually undercutted it, and he's able to go ahead and get a completion. So he's already challenging my user. He's already going ahead and throwing in my defender. He'll give me an opportunity to go ahead and get an interception because if he's going to throw at my user, he's going to do that. So now this is what I did is I did a cube and contain with these guys. I've got basically blitzers. I've got this guy set up. And this particular play worked pretty good. And it wasn't necessarily because of what the play was set up. It's just because this guy took a long time to make develop. So he actually had this passing lane open right here. He could have actually hit this down underneath. I think he was waiting. He was reading one route and one route only, and as a result, he took a coverage sack. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy is taking a long time to make his progressions. I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy with some pressure eventually. So same defensive setup once again. He motions this guy's over. It comes back. I go with a heavy press or pressure. Pressure gets picked up by his offensive line. He's still basically everybody got picked up. That was a really good offensive line play right there. He checks it down underneath. He's got Kareem Hunting, which means this guy's really not that great of a player because you're going to put the better player in the roster all the time. Now I go ahead and try to hit him up with a big blitz. And he's in a 3rd and 11 situation. You can see the pressure comes off the edge. He gets into a 4th and 11. So I decided to switch things up once again. I'm going to go with a quarters defense out of the 34. Blitz everybody down. I'm going to pull my guys down. I try to switch over. And right here actually hits the little angle route with the tight end. That was just a good quick snap play by him. Pressure would have came in, and he pretty much knew how to quick snap that and get that off. So good for him. And he does that, goes back to the out route with Kelsey, and actually picks up another first down. I was just out of position, but I also had to watch the crossers in the backside. So right here, I'm going to go back to this particular defense once again. He misses the running back. See how this guy's wide open? He's waiting. This guy's watching one particular read, and I took that read away, but he actually had the flat wide open, and he takes another coverage sack. So this guy was not good. He was not a really good player in his gameplay. So for this game to be tight to me was a little bit frustrating. So now I jump into basically a cover 2 defense. I get myself a little bit out of position. He takes another sack, gets a 3rd and 29. Now I figured, okay, I'm just going to light this guy up. I'm going to hit him with once and one to cover 1. And actually, this is one of the few good decisions he makes in this particular game. Hit him with a blitz. Everything gets picked up, so there's no pressure. And I get myself out of position. He's got a crosser in the backside. So with Smith-Schuster, he's able to go and take it into the end zone to get a touchdown. So in a situation where that should have been a turnover on downs, I actually didn't put him, should have been a situation where the game was not close. So now here's how I run my defense. Anytime I see a tight formation like so, I'm thinking of the following things. There's going to be some type of a bench concept going on. Or really mostly what I'm seeing a lot of times is I'm going to see some type of a concept where it's going to be mesh. That's what I'm anticipating. So this is why I use a cover three version of nickel. Is I want to take away those mesh concepts. And you can see right here, I actually jump down. He doesn't get a fast release with the ball, but basically flood concept gets shut down. Now he jumps into basically the spread formation, and I try to use cover 2 match coverage in this type of situation, but he actually hit me with the right play. So this is a little stop and go. This little route stops, and then it comes right up the middle of the field. I had to match the corner route because that was my responsibility, but my one defender doesn't carry, and he actually gets the ball right into the end zone right there. So good for him in that. I was a little bit frustrated. I was frustrated with that whole situation because I gave up a turnover on the previous 2 plays before that, and then I actually went in this type of situation. I pulled myself out of position. He's got a little streak right there. So I'm down, basically scores basically tied right here, 15-15. And he's in a situation where he needs to get himself in field goal range. So now I jump once again back into this penny formation. He does a little off tackle run. We're able to go ahead and tackle him for a 7-yard gainer. Not necessarily the best defense. I had my guys man-aligned, and that's why my line wasn't set up. So now I go ahead and base align because I was jumping in and out of defenses. Tries to go ahead and run the ball up. Gets a 3rd and 1 right here. No huddles. So I'm going to go ahead and base line once again. I think I'm going to try to close down the line a little bit. He does a play action. He had a guy wide open. This guy was missing reads, so he was predetermining where he wanted to go. He ends up taking off this quarterback, still gets a first down, but he's missing reads. He's got wide open guys, and Mahomes is going to be able to hit all those passes depending on it. So right here I realize, okay, I'm not base aligned on the defense I'm using. Now it goes into deuce close, and deuce close is a defense that I like to use hard flats or cloud coverage. And what I like to do when I see deuce close is I'm going to go ahead and match these guys up to the outside receivers, because a lot of times with these receivers, they do crossing routes or they do over the top routes, and then you'll have these guys going out in the flats. So basically I want to take away those routes, and I'll use this guy down in the box against any kind of run and any kind of carry, any kind of deep balls and stuff like that. So that's why I like to use that type of a hard cover 3. He tries running the ball, defender comes down and tackles him for basically a 2-yard gainer, goes into tight open. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a blitz. Once again, I've got my guys man aligned. I got to play down to the box, and right here he takes a shot up top. He had positioning. That was the right play. That was the right read. I brought my guys down. I basically committed, and it actually makes a great shot. That was a good play. That was like one of the smartest reads he made. It didn't convert for him, but it was one of the smartest plays, and it got me out of that defense. I realized, okay, I can't do this press defense against this guy because he's going to basically go ahead and hit me up. So right here, I just think I'm going to match coverage and slide my guys over, got match going on, and he actually misthrows the ball. So now I'm getting a little breaks against this guy because he's not making really good decisions, and it's 4th and 8 situation. And if I get a stop right here, he's going to be really in a bind. So I decided to go ahead and go with the heavy blitz, the double Agap blitz. I'm going to go down to the box, but I'm not going to press my guys down. I don't want to give that, but I think what I did is I did do inside coverage. So these guys are going to run inside if he tries to do slants routes or any kind of drag routes like that over the middle of the field, because most people don't throw out routes. So I'm going to go and slide out. Pressure comes in because he sent 5. And I get myself in a situation where I work myself down in field goal range with only 18 seconds left, and I don't kick the ball strong enough. Going to OT against this guy. So ended up going in OT. He gets the ball in the first series, shows me basically a tight bunch set. I'm just going to run this cover 3 coverage right here. I'm going to go ahead and drop a hard flat out to the 3 wide receiver side, take away any kind of fast read to the 3 wide receiver side, and I've got basically a box on the left side. So you can see these defenders are going to essentially box everything up, and I've got hard flat, seam flat, this, and I'm going to use anything that kind of carries over the top, over the seam flat, if he clears things out. Then I slide things up a little bit. I want to go ahead and have basically a little bit more block shed off the tackles. Now this particular team, the roster is really good for the Chiefs. Like, their offensive line's really good. They've got some good skilled position players. He doesn't know where to go with the ball. Basically everything's locked up with the matching principles, and he has got to wait for something, so he actually throws that ball away. So now he goes into gun tight open. Anytime I see tight formations, gun formations, my number one defense I'm going to call is going to be hard flats. And I'm going to go and press my guys down, and I'm going to play the hook zone in the middle of the field. And I'm just going to basically watch for anything that's going to cross over the middle of the field. And what he does, he jumps into basically mesh, throws into my slot defender, and I'm able to go and pick 6 this guy in OT to go ahead and get a win. So once again, guys, thank you for support. In this gameplay, I'm actually going ahead and using my West Coast offensive playbook, so you guys can check that out. I'm going to be posting some more videos for that, but if you want to see how I run it, you can see that on my Patreon. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.